We know in this finance bill that landlords have been given accelerated tax breaks with no conditionality attached at all, and my amendment to oppose that has been ruled out. And there's serious questions, and I would look for explanations, more detailed explanations in terms of how some of these amendments have been ruled out of order, and I could go into that, but my time is limited. What I'm proposing here is a tax relief equivalent to 1 month's rent for all renters in the state who aren't supported already by the state. So this would exclude those receiving a subsidy such as HAP, for example. This would be accompanied, as I outlined to the Minister before, in our alternative budget and again at committee stage. This 1 month's rent back over a 3-year period, each year for 3 years, would be accompanied by a rent cap or a rent freeze during that period. And obviously the third leg of this stool would be that there would be an increase in supply, where we argued and advocated for a larger, much increased capital programme that would see thousands of more social, affordable and cost rental houses being created through direct funding by the state. The great solution that the Minister came up with in Budget 2019 is to tackle the housing crisis was to accelerate the landlords' tax relief to 100% on mortgage interest, and Sinn Féin's alternative, as I said, has been the rent relief for renters that are facing a huge crisis out there. What we know is that the problem with the government's proposal is that it is completely unconditional. There needs to be huge amounts of conditionality. Landlords getting this very large tax break should be assured that they are providing affordable rents and security of tenure. By simply providing this relief, there's no incentive to reduce rents in an environment where supply is still restricted. So we know that people are out there, many of them are to the pin of the collar. We know that many young people can never aspire to what their parents had before them. That was the simple fact of being able to own your own family home. And that's particularly acute here in the more urban areas, in Dublin and Cork and Galway and elsewhere, but also is being felt more and more so right across rural Ireland. And that's a clear example of how we are failing in relation to the issue of housing. The Minister likes to talk about we're never returning to boom bust, but that's exactly what's happening here. We went from boom to bust, and now we're going to boom again. And there's a lack of being able to manage the issue of housing in the state. It's like it's something that government has never got a handle on. For the 25th consecutive quarter, rents have risen. 25th consecutive quarter. For the last 10 quarters, rents have reached an all-time high. Broke new records. Every single one of those quarters broke new records. Year on year, we're seeing inflation of above 10%, and what the government are discussing is accelerated tax relief for landlords. What we want to see is a tax relief for renters. 1 month back for every person renting in the state over a 3-year period, and that's what that report calls for. It's about giving real relief to people. It's about introducing a cap so that landlords cannot increase these rents any further, given breathing space there, while at a time the government needs to ramp up the amount of money that it's putting into social, affordable and cost rental houses to deal genuinely with the supply issue and not tinker around the edges.